Hey, they canceled Stephen Colbert and they're blaming YouTubers. I'm not even kidding. We're going to talk about this. I'm sure by now you've heard that Colbert has been canceled. He is going to be done in less than a year. A lot of people unhappy, a lot of people happy. Colbert is not very happy. Some other late night hosts not very happy because I think they know their time is about up as well. So we're going to talk about this. We're going to take a look at his goodbye message, and then we're going to see how the media is trying to spin this to blame YouTubers. People like us, I guess, are chipping away at Colbert's audience. Go figure. Geez, I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry you're not going to get your, what's he get paid? Like $20 million a year or something like that. I'm sorry you're not going to get your $10 million a year anymore. You'll be fine. He'll go to podcasts. He'll probably get a big fat podcast deal or something. That's what seems to happen to all these guys. Or he'll go start a Substack. I don't know. Anyway, before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. Guys, go to news.clownshishtv.com. Speaking of podcasts, we're going to be posting more podcast episodes over there. I've actually got a whole bunch in the hopper. We just got to get them up. Thank you very much for the support. So, yeah, maybe I'll take a look at the article here first. Then we'll go look at his goodbye message. Again, for those of you who don't know, he's been chopped, axed, gone. He's getting gone. They're pushing him out the door. Ratings are not good. He's way overpaid for what he does. All these late night talk show hosts really are way overpaid for what they do. Actually, the MSN people are way overpaid. What was Rachel Maddow getting, like freaking $25 million a year or $50 million a year, and she was only on like once a week? I mean, that's insane. This is a new reality, guys. You're gonna have to be a pleb like us. And I think the reason that Jimmy Kimmel's getting so pissed off is he doesn't want to be a pleb. The Hollywood Reporter has it. CBS's Colbert axe and late night's slow death. God, they've written like 40 articles on this today. They're like the awful optics of it. And apparently they're going to have some people investigate it to see if this is just, Trump's revenge or something. It's like, God, this is crazy. It's difficult not to see how an ownership change impacted the Late Show franchise, but the move also reveals stubborn truths about the cost of programming versus cheaper and infinite YouTube rivals. Oh my God. Hashtag Clownfish was right. We're in a new era right now, guys. Cheap entertainment, cheaper shows, cheaper movies. That's the era we're in right now, right? Streaming went bust. Of course, CBS owned by Paramount, or they're all part of the same organization. They're doing the whole Skydance thing. Yeah, it's a huge mess. Late night hosts are just like us. They vent in group text too. So it is that Late Show host Stephen Colbert, Tonight Show host Jimmy Fallon, Seth Meyers, and Jimmy Kimmel, and John Oliver commiserated in a group text stemming from their strike era podcast, Strike Force 5. A lot of good the strikes did, you guys. I'm just saying. Again, hashtag Clownfish was right. It just made you more disposable, expendable. Because networks are like, wow, we didn't pay these guys and it didn't really hurt us as much as we thought it was going to. It didn't. It's helpful for us to cross-pollinate the information we're hearing from the people in charge of our networks to make sure it's all checking out with everybody else, and also just to commiserate, because everybody who's doing this to some degree obviously remembers a time where things were a little more flush. Said Myers on the Good One podcast last month. When pressed whether we are in the end of an era of late night TV, Myers said there's always a chance something turns around and all of a sudden it's on the upswing again, but I certainly would bet there being fewer late night shows in the future. Yeah, nobody needs them anymore. They're antiquated. I mean, it was fine before YouTube, before podcasts, but now people go out to YouTube and they listen to podcasts. Of course, not even Myers could have foreseen how quickly the dominoes would fall. The cancellation of the most watched show in late night TV, Colbert's Late Show, stunned the TV world Thursday, as well as CBS staff. It's a painful time, a source says, while another insider describes the staff being understandably stunned and devastated. Colbert was surprised. He found out about the decision after Wednesday's taping, and rather than wait to disclose the decision to viewers, he opted to reveal it himself a day later, fearing an inevitable leak of the cancellation. I share your feeling, he said to the Ed Sullivan Theater crowd, and they booed. So let's go look at that first, and then we'll go back to this. But they're going to blame YouTubers.
Oh, hey, everybody. We got a great show for you tonight. Senator Adam Schiff was my guest. We harmonized on Seven Bridges Road. What a voice. I cried. But before we
But-
start the show, I want to let you know something that I found out just last night. Next year will be our last season. The network will be ending The Late Show in May.
People probably thought this was a joke. They're waiting for the punchline. The punchline is Mr. Colbert. Yeah, you are the punchline, sir. Yeah, I mean, this is just, look, everything's changing, right?
And
Boom.
yeah, I share your feelings. It's not just the end of our show, but it's the end of The Late Show on CBS. I'm not being replaced. This is all just going away. And I do want to say, I do want to say that the folks at CBS have been great partners. I'm so grateful to the Tiffany Network for giving me this chair and this beautiful theater to call home. And of course, I'm grateful to you, the audience, who have joined us.
Do I want to know what's up with his
Every
hand?
night, in here, out there, all around the world, Mr. and Mrs. America and all the ships at sea. I'm grateful to share the stage with this band, these artists over here every night.
They'll be fine. They'll be fine.
And I am extraordinarily, deeply grateful to the 200 people who work here. We get to
200?
do this show.
Okay, let me stop. Okay, let me stop right there. This is the problem. It takes 200 people to put together an hour-long, is an hour, I think, late night show, an hour-long late night show. 200 people, 200 salaries that have to be paid. Meanwhile, some YouTuber in their basement can get more views. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, the network has to be looking at this like, what are we doing? You know, why are we spending this much money on late night TV? Nobody's watching it anymore. The advertisers are all taking their money and they're going elsewhere. They're going to podcasts. They're going to YouTube. They're going to websites. They're not spending money on late night TV anymore because nobody's really watching it. Most people, I don't even know if they're watching late night TV. I think a lot of people just fall asleep after the nightly news. If they're even watching their news at 11 o'clock at night anymore, they're falling asleep, letting the TV on, and it counts as a view. It counts as a viewer, even though they're sleeping through the advertisements, you know, and that's the end of the day. That's what it's all about. 200 people. That's the problem.
We get to do this show for each other every day, all day. And I've had the pleasure and the responsibility of sharing what we do every day with you in front of this camera for the last 10 years. And let me tell you, it is a fantastic job. I wish somebody else was getting it. And it's a job that I'm looking forward to doing with this usual gang of idiots for another 10 months.
10 months.
It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Y'all ready?
We're going to lock in.
Y'all ready?
Let's go.
Y'all ready? Okay, that's all I wanted to say. Dante, let's do the show. Jazz Cowboy.
Yeah, obviously I watch a lot of Colbert. I don't know what's up with the hand. I don't know if I want to know what's up with the hand. Oh my God. All right. So one knowledgeable source tells the Hollywood Reporter that they did not believe any of the network late shows were meaningfully profitable anymore. No, I don't think they are. Though some deals can be justified by leveraging the host in other ways as company men. Kimmel, Myers, and Fallon, for example, appear at events like the Upfronts, and Kimmel and Fallon have produced and hosted other shows for their parent companies over the years. Yes. And also YouTubers can do that. Podcast hosts can do that. The Late Show was also harmed by the fact that Paramount couldn't license it or sell it to international markets. They said, yeah, it's the same source predicts Paramount will put the iconic Ed Sullivan Theater at Broadway between 53rd and 54th on the market. Wow. So they're putting the Ed Sullivan Theater up for sale. That's crazy because Letterman was there for God knows how many years. How long was he on? He was in Conan was there. Noting that the company has already sold off its Radford and Studio City lots in LA and the CBS corporate headquarters building in New York. That's going to be a decision for Skydance leaders Ellison and Shell. Late night used to command attention from insomniacs, college students, and marketers. Marketers, let's go down here. This is the most important thing. Marketers looking to reach an audience that was traditionally younger than primetime, but those days are long gone. And a time where a host had an 8-figure annual contract to host a daily show in Midtown Manhattan Theater in the Midtown Manhattan Theater with 400 seats and a staff that topped 100. Seems like a relic of a bygone era. Yeah, it is. Colbert's contract was set to end after the coming season, perhaps explaining the timing for the decision. As for the rest of the network late night landscape, ABC's Jimmy Kimmel Live will begin the final season of its current 3-year deal in the fall. NBC's late night host Jimmy Fallon and Seth Meyers signed deals last year to continue hosting The Tonight Show and late night through 2028. Though whether the shows survive in their current iterations until then is less certain today than it was a few years ago. Yeah, I think they're going to look at everybody else and they're going to be like, well, CBS dropped theirs. ABC is dropping theirs. We might as well follow suit and drop ours. Like, who's watching this shit? The youthful audience that once flocked to late night now spends most of their time on social first video platforms where a new generation of talent is emerging. And while many of the late night shows have found a meaningful audience on platforms like YouTube by creating original content or repackaging their TV segments, the revenue from those digital sources can't offset the lost dollars from linear TV. I think the biggest reach for all these shows now clearly is, you can call whatever you want to call it, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and social. That's where these shows get reach, and that's where they have their power. Well, that's just it. But that's also a YouTube thing. Like, if you just log into YouTube for the first time, they're probably going to throw Tonight Show clips at you. They're probably going to throw Saturday Night Live clips at you. All this generic corporate produced stuff, news stuff, CNN, all this stuff. Now, I don't know if it's because they have a deal with these networks or what's going on there, but you're not really going to find any independent voices. They might have some stuff trending or whatever, but for the most part, it's going to be corporate produced content, corporate produced news. But the people who know, the people who, they're going to find voices like yours truly. Thank you very much. Hopefully, that resonate with them, and they're going to watch those shows, those people instead. It is what it is. On networks, it's trickier. The economics are different. Yeah, you can't pay somebody freaking ridiculous money. The Tonight Show is the most popular of the programs on social platforms. Yes, because they shove it in your face. Hell, even if you've never watched Jimmy Fallon, like I don't think I've ever willingly sat through any Tonight Show clips, but they show up on my For You page. It's not a For You page, whatever the hell, YouTube, the homepage, recommended. And they show up all the time. I'm like, I don't even watch Jimmy Fallon. I don't even care. I don't even care about this guy. 32.7 million subscribers and 19.2 Instagram followers, followed by Kimmel with 20.7 million YouTube subs and 4.3 million Instagram followers, and The Late Show with 10 million on YouTube and 3.7 million on Instagram. There are individual YouTubers that have significantly more of a following than these guys have, though. And it takes 200 people to put their show together. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the reality of it. The ratings don't tell the whole story. According to the media measurement firm iSpot, brands have spent an estimated $32.2 million on advertising on The Late Show just this year, while the spend on Kimmel and Fallon shows top $50 million. Both ABC and NBC sell packages around their late night shows and that are inclusive of digital channels. So they're talking about the viewers. Colbert has 2.4 million viewers on linear, Kimmel 1.75, Fallon 1.25, Myers less than 1 million. Yeah. Either way, it's hard to shake the feeling that the late night talk show format is dead. Former late night hosts have found success elsewhere. Trevor Noah and Conan O'Brien both have significant followings for their interview-driven podcasts. I didn't think Trevor Noah was doing that hot. I thought he went to YouTube. No, that was Don Lemon. Don Lemon went to YouTube, and he's not doing so great. Well, efforts in streaming have not pierced the popular culture in the same way, even if Netflix's David Letterman series and other experimental talk shows suggest they're trying. John Mulaney, I don't watch him. Colbert will have options when he does see the desk. Yeah, he's going to be fine, guys. Don't cry for Stephen Colbert. One, he's a multi-millionaire already, I'm sure. And two, they're all going to be lining up. They're all going to be lining up to get him on a podcast or get him on a streaming network or something, right? So this is, let's see, Purcell, who hosts a podcast called AI for Humans on YouTube, suggests the future of late night talk shows and perhaps a viable future for Colbert personally is embracing the reach of digital media. Yeah, exactly. Creating something new at a smaller, more sustainable scale. The economic model of YouTube has improved to the point where it can sustain a real business. For some people. Now, here's the thing. If Colbert goes to YouTube, I guarantee you they're gonna put him in front of more people than they put channels like ours in front of. I guarantee it, because of who he is. And that's the reality of it too. Like, it's very hard to start from nothing on YouTube and gain an audience. It's very, very hard to do that. And they're making it harder now. So this is what I'm talking about. You know, we talked about YouTube, and we talked about the algorithm change. We talked about all this stuff. What is going on is all these celebrities, all these Hollywood people, they're coming to YouTube too. And eventually the used people like us, you know, the people that aren't, you know, really associated with a major media company or whatever, we're going to get drowned out. Between this and the AI stuff, like, we're totally going to get drowned out. It's already happening. I'm already seeing it. A lot of people in this space, and the news and commentary space, are getting just destroyed over the last couple months in terms of views. But then you're seeing like Fox News and CNN and all these places just skyrocket because people are going to YouTube for TV. But they're going to put that corporate product in front of them first. And then people are going to be like, oh, yeah, I can get my news from Fox or CNN or whatever, not from, you know, some rando. That's me. I'm just some rando. They said not one of the scale or scope of CBS late night, but certainly something that rhymes with it, like Hot Ones. I'd say Colbert can be the new Hot Ones. Good Mythical Morning and Chicken Shop Date. What the hell is that? I have never heard of that, Chicken Shop Date. Big thesis here is what you're seeing is the slow destruction of the traditional Hollywood pipeline. Oh my God, guys, if only people had seen that coming. And you're going to see a lot less big shots, a lot more individuals taking a shot. Distribution is easy now. That's the thing that's really interesting. What's hard is attention. The thing that Colbert and that team still did a great job is commanding attention. That's just it. So now we got Jimmy Kimmel lashing out CBS canceling the Late Show. Yeah, because he's next. Kimmel has come to the defense of his fellow late night host, Stephen Colbert, following the announcement CBS has decided to cancel him. In response to news, Kimmel, who hosts Jimmy Kimmel Live on ABC, sent his support to Colbert. In an Instagram story, the 57-year-old wrote, "Love you, Stephen. Fuck you and all your Sheldon, CBS." Kimmel's words appear to be a nod toward the CBS show The Big Bang Theory, which has spawned several spinoffs. Oh my God, how many do they have? Young Sheldon I knew about. Okay, Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage. And another one, Stuart Fails to Save the Universe. Was it? But people are watching them. Right? And they're going to watch reruns and reruns and reruns. And they're going to be able to throw ads on those reruns. And they've already paid for that content. In a joint statement, CBS News, Paramount, and CBS bosses said the Late Show with Stephen Colbert will end its historic run in May 2026. At the end of the broadcast season, we consider Colbert irreplaceable and will retire the Late Show franchise at that time. Well, the previous hosts weren't replaceable or irreplaceable. We're proud that Stephen called CBS home. He and the broadcast will be remembered in the pantheon of greats. And then we're going to sell the effing theater on top of it. Yeah. That's just it. It's over. You know, late night is over. So this is just another blow against it. What do you guys think? Leave a comment. Are people like us going to take over? I know there are a lot of people like us that think they're going to take over, but I'm going to tell you, I don't think it's going to happen. I think that Colbert and friends are going to come over here, and they're going to take over here too. So he'll be fine. If you're worried about him, he'll be fine. All right. Please subscribe. We'll talk later. For more pop culture news, views, and rants, go to news.clownfishtv.com. That's news.clownfishtv.com.